mainly have a look at a couple of pieces that are on my 2021 luxury wish list, none of which I ended up liking. Hey guys, my name is G.P.S. and welcome back. I am so incredibly excited to share with you a few new goodies that I recently picked up from Hermes. I stopped by the boutique, I think just last week, to mainly have a look at a couple of pieces that are on my 2021 luxury wish list, none of which I ended up liking. And I don't want to spend too much time talking about the pieces that I didn't bring home, just because we have so much to go through. So I am planning on doing some sort of an Hermes anti-haul of the pieces that I've had my eyes on that I didn't end up liking, and also some new pieces that were shown to me. So if that's something that you'd be interested in seeing, then be sure to subscribe down below, because that video will be coming up hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But fear you not, I didn't struggle to find pieces that I actually enjoyed. So we have quite a few new pieces to go through, and if you want to see them, then please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and keep on watching. This isn't actually everything that I picked up. There are two pieces missing. One of them is part of a set, and one part of the set had to be tailored because it was a little bit baggy for my liking, but I took a little clip of it when I was in the boutique. So when I show you the other part of the set, I'll be able to show you what they look like together. And if it gets here before this video goes live, be sure to film a little clip at home as well. And then the other piece had to be ordered and it's not here yet. So I guess we'll have to do another Hermes unboxing in the near future. But let's see where we should start. I think we should start right here with this tiny little bag. So the day I went was actually the day after the new Hermes blush collection launched. And I should backtrack a little bit. In case you were not aware, Hermes launched a beauty line, I think at the beginning of 2020. And they started out by making lipsticks. And then the second phase of launches was just last week, which revolved around blushes. And even though I don't wear blushes, I still wanted to go and have a look at them, mainly so I can report back to you guys. And even though there wasn't anything outstanding about the blushes, I can tell you that the compacts were lovely. They're really weighty, beautifully made. To the touch, the blushes felt extremely soft and silky. And they do have some pretty unique shades. So in case you are a makeup lover and you also love luxury, I don't think you'd be disappointed in the Hermes blushes. But while I was there looking at the blushes, I got to talking with the person who was there dedicated to the Hermes beauty line, who doesn't actually work for the store. I believe she was from the corporate office, and she travels from store to store educating people on the Hermes beauty line. So we got to talking. She asked me if I would be interested in trying on the blushes. I told her no, because I don't wear blushes, but she was still very kind to tell me everything that I needed to know about them. And then she asked me if I have ever tried the Hermes lip balm, just their plain untinted lip balm, which I picked up, I think last summer. And I told her that I did try it and I wasn't a fan because I felt it was a little bit lackluster. I didn't feel that it was moisturizing enough. It was just not a great lip balm at the end of the day. And she told me that alongside with the blushes, they also came out with a brand new formula of lip balms, which are technically called the Rosy Lip Enhancers. And on top of this being a brand new formula, this is a little bit more matte and a little bit more thick than the original lip balm. They're also really slightly tinted. And I'm not someone who's afraid of a tinted lip balm, to be honest. My most favorite lip balm is the glossierbalm.com, and some of my favorite flavors are actually tinted. Although I feel that using the word tinted would be an overkill, they're more like, they just have a really slight hint of color to them. So she said that she thinks that I would really enjoy this formula. And I have to be honest with you, I have been using this for the past week and I adore this. This is just such a huge step up from the basic lip balm that they came out with last year. The formula is much more nourishing, it's much thicker but not thick in like an annoying and overbearing way. It's just really soothing and moisturizing, and it does add just the most subtle hint of color. I'm wearing this right now on my lips, and I wonder if you guys can tell. But I put it back in its box just so you guys can get the whole experience, considering that it's an unboxing. So let me show you guys the packaging. So this is how all Hermes beauty products come packaged. They come in this almost sort of craft paper like outer carton. And then if we open this up, this has all the information on it. So this is from the Rose Hermes collection, and it is the Rosy Lip Enhancer. So if we open this up, we get the little orange box, which slides open just like this. And then in the box, you get your lip balm, or lip enhancer, we should call it. And then you have this little dust bag. And this is what the new component looks like for the lip enhancers, which is the exact same packaging as their lipsticks and their lip balms. It is extremely heavy and weighted. The cap is magnetic, which is just the most satisfying sound. If you're ever in boutique, just play around with it, and trust me, you will have a hard time walking away from it. It's just such a satisfying sound. So beautiful packaging, beautiful colors. What they have changed about this from the original lip balm is that the base of this is this really beautiful pastel sort of pinky shade, and I believe all three shades are the exact same color on this, because this lip enhancer launched in 3 different colors. There is a peachy shade, which is technically the lightest one, which is the one that I went for, which is Rose Apricot. There is a pinky shade, which is just a really beautiful sort of rose petal pink. And then the third shade is a deeper, richer sort of almost like a mauvey pink. It's a beautiful color, and I think that would give you the most amount of color payoff. But I think you could really go for either one because the colors are quite sheer. So they did swatch all 3 of them for me on their hand when I was there, and I ended up going for the peachy one. And I have to tell you that even though it looks obviously tinted in the bullet, it really doesn't give you too much color on the lips. Let me show you. It's really so incredibly sheer. I don't even think it really gives you a color. If anything, it just kind of helps to enhance your natural lip color. I really would not be nervous about trying this if you're not someone who's into lip colors. I'm not into lip colors either, but it's really more about the formula and the feel than the color itself. And if anything, it just helps to give some liveliness to your lips. So I have really been enjoying this. I guess I could have gone for any one of the colors, but I think Apricot was the most suited for my coloring, and I feel that I would rather have my lips go more peachy than pinky if these would actually give a color to my lips. So that's why I wanted to go with this one. And that's also the one that I was recommended. And I have to tell you that it is surprisingly good, especially compared to the original lip balm that I tried. This is pretty amazing. So if you want to buy a lip balm, obviously it is ridiculously expensive. But if you want one that has some added benefits on top of being moisturizing, maybe just add a hint of color and some liveliness to your lips, I would highly recommend that you give this a try. And while I was there looking at the lip balm, I also had a chance to give the new H24 fragrance a sniff, which is the newest addition to the Hermes men's fragrance portfolio. And I received an overwhelming number of questions on this, which if it wasn't for that, I would have probably never have given this a try, because I tend not to go for men's fragrances or women's fragrances. I prefer unisex scents, and I believe all scents should be unisex because you should be able to spray on whatever you feel is most empowering to you. And I feel that most even luxury men's fragrances on me tend to lean towards being almost like an Axe body spray, but I could have not been any more wrong. This is an absolutely beautiful fragrance, which definitely leans towards being more masculine, but again, I think anyone could wear this. And I didn't pick up the full size. I was very kindly gifted one of these deluxe samples, which is basically an exact miniaturized replica of the actual bottle, which if you look at the bottle, it definitely is quite a masculine and streamlined look. But again, I think anyone could wear this. And this fragrance is absolutely stunning. I think for me, it would definitely be more of a summery fragrance because it's really fresh and green and almost a little bit cooling. I can smell this through the bottle and it's absolutely amazing. It's just such a unique fragrance. It's definitely different from other Hermes fragrances. It's much more fresh and green. I believe the key notes in here are sage, which you can definitely smell at first burst. As soon as you spray it on, you get the greenness of the sage, but then it's really quickly followed by something almost citrusy. I'm not sure if they describe this as a citrusy fragrance, but I think it's definitely, the sage is definitely evened out with some almost lemony or limey notes. It's really, really beautiful, but you also get the warmth of some woods in here, which I believe is rosewood, the wood that they chose to go in here. And then what's really interesting about this is this really unique, almost metallic aspect. As soon as I smelled this, I immediately thought of the sculptures created by Richard Serra, who happens to be one of my favorite artists. And if you're familiar with his steel sculptures and installations, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It has that very same sort of cool metallic feel to it, which I know sounds really strange to describe a fragrance by talking about a sculpture, but that was the first thing that popped into mind, Richard Serra and maybe Donald Judd. If you're familiar with either one of those artists, I think you will be able to envision and imagine what this fragrance smells like. It is a really unique fragrance, so I am going to use this up, which is really rare for me to change up my fragrances, but I really like it. Let's move on to this little package, which based on the packaging, I'm sure you can already tell that it is a piece of ready-to-wear. Now this is the piece that I was telling you about earlier, that it's part of a set and I only have one half of it. But thankfully I took a little clip when I was trying it on in the boutique, so I'll be able to show you what it looks like as a full-on ensemble. But this is something that Hermes has had around since 2018, maybe 2019. And I remember looking at this when this first launched, but it was only available in, I believe, orange and then maybe a light blue. Neither one is really my color palette, so even though I like the idea and the style, it wasn't available in a color that I would have gone for. It kind of disappeared for a season or two, and then it came back for Spring Summer 21, which I was really excited about. So let's go ahead and unbox this. So whenever you buy ready-to-wear from Hermes, they give you the option for either a box or a dust bag or one of these little paper packages. I tend to go for these envelopes because they are so much easier to recycle and put away in case you need it. So let me show you guys how it opens. You basically unfold it over here. And then on the inside, oh, we have even more packaging. I have not opened this since the day I brought this home. And then on the inside, we have some more tissue paper. So let's go ahead and open this together. I'm so excited for this. So the piece that I ended up picking up, I think you'll find quite surprising. But it is this new sweater from, it's technically not from an activewear line, but it could be if Hermes had one. And it is the so-called bicolor sweater in the color marine, which is part of this entire new line from Hermes, which, as I mentioned, launched originally a couple of years ago. So there is a sweater in this line, there is a matching t-shirt, a pair of matching pants, and then also a hoodie. I ended up going for the long sleeve sweater, which is really, really simple on the front and also on the back. It's just like any sweater out there. But what's interesting about this is actually this really cool detail down the sleeve, which is something that I love. I have so many sweaters that just have these really unique and subtle details that make them special. So if you look on the side, you can see that it has this nylon stripe running down the sleeves. And then there is a cutout in the middle, just where your elbow would be. And if you look close, there should be an angle where you can actually see that it actually makes up an H. So as you can see, it goes up here on one side, the H, here is the other, and then it connects in the middle. So basically you have an H on the sleeve, a really subtle H, which is exactly what I love about this. So there is a long sleeve sweater, a short sleeve, something that they call a t-shirt, but I think it's made of the exact same material. So the main difference is that this t-shirt is short sleeved, this sweater is long sleeved. and then there's a pair of pants, which is what I opted for. I usually don't go for matchy outfits. I don't really even think I have one. But I feel that every time I buy a hoodie or a shirt that comes with a pair of matching pants, obviously something that you have to buy separate, I never buy them and I always regret it. So I thought it might be nice to give it a try for once. I don't think I would wear them as a matchy set on a regular basis, but I think it would be amazing for flying or just for running errands. It's not really my style usually to wear essentially an overpriced pair of track pants, but I thought I should give it a try. I know it's not going to be for everyone, but I'm excited to have something new in my collection. But the track pants were quite baggy. I think they were not really even baggy, but they were just really straight cut, which I like my skinny jeans, I like my skinny pants, so I had to get them tailored. So they're currently with the tailor. As you can see in the clip, they are not the most flattering in their current state, so I'm excited to get them back a little bit more tapered and form-fitting, and hopefully they'll be a better fit that way. They should be back at one point, so if they arrive before this video goes live, I'll try to film a little clip for you guys of me wearing them at home. But if they don't, this is the sweater and you can see what the pants look like together. But what truly convinced me to buy the matching set was the fact that both of them feature the exact same stripe detail on the side. So if you decide to style them together, you'll get the stripe not only running down your sleeve, but also down the pants all the way to the floor, which I thought was a really cool, subtle yet luxurious detail, and that's what I'm all about nowadays. I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but in case you can spot a little bruise on my face, I apologize. I fell into my kitchen counter cheekbone first the other day, and I was hoping it would heal by the time I filmed this video. It hasn't healed completely. All I can do is ice pack it, so if you can spot it, I apologize. But let's move on to the next piece, which happens to be another piece of ready to wear. And as I mentioned, when you buy one of these pieces, they usually give you the option to choose if you want an envelope, a box, or one of these garment bags. I tend to opt for an envelope because that's just easiest, but when I buy something bigger, I like one of these garment bags because I can just put my things in here and put them away the way they are if I no longer use them. And this is something that I feel you'll be quite surprised to see me pick up and choose, because I was quite surprised myself. This is from the Spring Summer 21 runway collection, and I actually remember seeing this either in the lookbook or on the runway. I liked it, but it wasn't anything special in my opinion, or at least at the time I didn't think. But then when I had a chance to see it in person, it was a complete game changer, because there was something really special about the way this piece was constructed. So let me show you guys. So it came in this Hermes dust bag, and if I unzip it, it reveals this incredibly constructed, super lightweight summer jacket, which is actually this straight cut jacket that is almost like, when I tried this on, or even just when I saw it on the hanger, it kind of reminded me of if a bomber jacket and almost like a summer lightweight linen blazer had a baby. It's kind of the best of both worlds. It's extremely lightweight, but there is something formal about the color and the use of this pinstriped fabric. But because of the shape itself, it is casual at the same time. I think this is just one of those jackets that you can easily dress up or dress down, and wearing this you will never look out of place no matter where you go. It was just everything that I could have wanted from a piece that I really don't have anything similar to. It was really a piece that I felt was a great addition to my collection to fill a gap. And it is, I mean, it's an Hermes jacket, so as you can imagine, it's impeccably made. It has these really cool pockets on the side. You get a regular pocket with a button, and then you also have some zip pockets. The jacket itself is not actually lined, so it makes it even more lightweight, which I think, again, it's one of those pieces that will come in handy for the summer. If you're going somewhere where you need to dress up, but you don't want to wear something heavy because of the heat, this is just so easy to throw on, either just over your shoulders or completely put it on. Because it's made of such a lightweight fabric, I don't think it will be a burden to actually have this on. It's just beautifully made, and really it's like almost if a bomber jacket, a summer blazer, and maybe even a shirt. If those three had a baby somehow, I feel like this would be the end result. And then the name of the print, I put it up on the screen here because I don't want to butcher it. But basically it's a take on the iconic Shandong pattern. From the incredible choice of fabric through the really interesting print to the impeccable details and construction, this jacket I think is really a timeless classic with obviously a twist because of the beautiful print. And maybe when weddings become a thing again, it might be something that I'll be able to wear to perhaps a less formal wedding as well. So I'm just really excited to have something like this in my collection that I can just throw on over a shirt or over, really, let's be honest, a white t-shirt in my case, and be out the door and still look put together. And last but most certainly not least, the pièce de résistance is in this tiny little bag. And it's really not a piece that I ever thought I would pick up, purely because there are so many comparable pieces in my collection. But I have done quite a few fine jewelry videos in the recent past, which have reminded me of my love and appreciation of Hermes fine jewelry, and mainly of my love for their rings. So it is a new ring that is being added to my collection. And even though I'm pretty sure I have my bases covered when it comes to Hermes rings, I own a piece from most of their larger and more popular collections. This is an iconic collection that I have never purchased anything from, so this again will fill a gap in my collection. At least that's what I'm trying to tell myself, even though I have plenty of rings already. But anyway, it came with the little certificate that not all, but most Hermes fine jewelry pieces come with that you purchase in Europe. So it came with a little certificate there. And then let's go ahead and open this together. So even though I have been aware of this piece, I never thought I need to add this to my collection because I just have so many similar pieces that I like and enjoy, and I never thought that this would be anything different. But I was looking at all the new pieces that they launched and I was like, this is really what my heart is after. So of course it came with the beautiful Hermes ribbon. And if I open this up, it comes in the Hermes box, which opens up like this. And then if I open this, you can see that the newest addition to my collection is the so-called H-Dunk ring, which is a really fun play on words. It basically merges two iconic symbols and motifs of Hermes. Obviously the iconic H, which you see on their belts, on their Constance bag, and pretty much everywhere you go when it comes to Hermes. But it also features a reinterpretation of the iconic Shandong, which, as I mentioned when we were talking about the jacket, is one of my favorite motifs from Hermes. So I ended up going for my regular size, which is size 57. The ring is in a rose gold, which is my preferred metal finish from the brand when it comes to fine jewelry. And it is just the perfect fit. Now this ring comes with tiny little diamonds that make up the H and then also the Shandong. And as you probably noticed in my previous videos, I'm not a big advocate of pavé pieces, especially designer pavé pieces, just simply because I have a lot of friends who work in the diamond industry, so I am very much aware of the value of diamonds. And I don't have any issues with buying designer diamonds, but when it comes to pavé pieces, they just use the tiniest minuscule amount of little diamond pieces. I personally don't feel that they're worth the price. I would much rather buy something without diamonds and match it with a beautiful designer diamond band that is a couple of carats and that actually features some solid, good quality diamonds than buy something that just has minuscule pieces on it. That is just my personal preference. But I felt that this one just has just the right amount of bling and it wasn't too expensive, even though it features, just a handful of diamonds. So yeah, I think it is just something unique to add to my collection, and it's still something that I would most likely stack with some really simple couple carat diamond bands. So I'm really excited to really start using this and take advantage of having this new piece in my collection. And this is it, guys. This completes today's Hermes haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I would love to hear in the comment section what pieces you have currently on your wish list from the brand. And if there are any pieces that you'd like to know more about, definitely let me know in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, then please be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!